Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. Welcome back to the TechTwins.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I go to Mercy College, and this summer I'll be interning at Microsoft.
My name is Charlotte. I also go to Mercy College, and I am now interning at Amazon.
In this video, we're going to highlight how to get an internship in the tech industry coming from a smaller college. What have you done to stand out?
So definitely start early, your freshman year. If you can start getting any level of internship, it could be a startup, whatever it is, just to get your foot through the door and start getting that experience, I would definitely recommend doing that.
And you should start your freshman year, and this could be any type of startup, any small company just down the street from you. And with that beginning level of experience, your sophomore year, you can kind of use that as a stepping stone to move on to maybe a mid-tier internship. And by junior year, you'll already have a few experiences on your resume that could then be appealing to these bigger corporations when you apply for your big junior internship.
A smaller internship can also help validate if the field that you are currently studying is something you actually want to go into.
Tip number 2, working smarter, not harder. So when you're applying for these internships, looking at the job description and matching some of those keywords that they have onto your resume. So let's say they say analyzing data, you want to find ways you can incorporate that into your experience that you had at other companies. I know when you have 3 bullet points for a resume, it's kind of hard to choose what you've done in that experience, and so finding ways you can incorporate those keywords in the job description into your resume.
Lots of people don't know that when you apply, especially to these big corporations, you do understand that they get thousands and thousands of resumes. So to be more efficient, your resume actually goes through like a computerized algorithm, and it pulls out only resumes that have those specific words that they find in the job posting. It's literally, they just analyze the job posting and see which resume has the closest match to that job posting, and then they maybe will pull 200 from ththose thousands. So matching those words perfectly will be essential to making sure your resume gets past that first round.
So now your resume made it through the first round, you have the interview. How do you prepare for this? It can be very intimidating and overwhelming, but really just doing your research, going on Glassdoor, looking at what other interns have been asked, also looking at the company's website, looking at their mission statement, because most likely they're going to ask you why you want to work there, and you want to make sure that your values align with the company's. What really worked well for me was having this Excel sheet where I placed all the questions that I knew people had been asked before, or I just knew they'd probably ask this. I made it in one column and then started working on answers and preparing myself. That way when their interview did come, I was prepared for those questions and didn't feel nervous right away. So when you are on Glassdoor looking for those interview questions, make sure that they are specific to the job that you're applying to. I know sometimes because there are not many marketing interns out in these tech roles, I would get a lot of engineering questions that didn't make sense. I was very overwhelmed, really nervous of what I was getting myself into. And when I went to the interview, they did not ask me any of those technical questions. It was more about the company and how it aligned with the values, my experience in the marketing roles.
Building off on how to answer these questions, use the STAR method. Many of you probably have already heard of it before, but you start using the STAR method when you're answering these questions on your Excel sheet. So S stands for situation, T stands for task, A stands for action, and R stands for result. So the situation means what is the context of the answer you're about to say? Like, where were you? How did you get there? What is the environment like? T, the task, what was the task given to you, or what is the problem you're trying to solve? And A is the action you took individually. Make sure you talk about your action, even if you're on a team. What did you do on that team that was unique and help that solve that problem? And R, result, is how you solve the overall situation or issue, or how you were able to come up with a new idea.
And I know when I'm in these interviews, they want hard numbers.
By numbers, do you mean performance improved by 10%?
Right.
Yeah, so in marketing roles, if you worked on any social media accounts and say you grew the account by this many followers, or any sort of number just solidifies your answer and gives you credibility.
In a finance role, you would say things like, I helped deal with these type of financial statements on these type of quarters.
Did you apply online for your internships? How does that work when you're at a smaller university?
Yeah, so unfortunately, not like bigger schools, we don't have recruiters coming into our colleges, so we kind of do that hard legwork where you're applying to all these applications online and hoping that your resume makes it through the algorithm.
I was able to see that there was a leadership summit that was being hosted by Amazon, which I applied for, which was something for diversity, and they flew out to Seattle and it was all fun and games. But at the end, you were able to interview for the position, and you were one of the first people to actually interview for that because you were way ahead of the other crowd.
Any final tips for those students still on the internship hunt?
Yeah, don't be discouraged. I know it can be very hard to apply to these internships. They're really big companies, but just know that you can do it. We did it. As long as you have, you're doing that hard work and putting that effort, nothing is impossible.
You heard it here first. It is possible to intern at these tech companies without going to Ivy League institutions. We hope that this was really helpful. Feel free to comment any questions below, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks again for watching.